Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be talking about the Ender Cup. Look man, I was on holiday. I'm late, okay? They announced this on July 9th. It's been a week, okay? I was not home. I couldn't talk about this. But MCC announced that the Ender Cup will be taking place on July 27th at, I think, 1 p.m. It says it on here. We'll talk about everything, when we go through the tabs that I have prepared. Either way, the official MCC Minecraft event is now public. It has a name, it has information. I'll be going over all the information here in this video. I am a week late. I'm sure a lot of people have already made their speculations, etc, etc, etc. But before we get into it, I'm going to assume that because of this event, as of recording right now, is in about a week and a half, roughly. The team announcements are probably at the end of this week. So expect streams from yours truly, titled MCC Team Announcements. And if I get trolled, I will cry. No, I won't. I also won't get oiled up this time, okay, guys? Please. Anyways, this thing was already somewhat known. Well, I guess known, but without a name, as of the 27th of May this year. And MCCX Minecraft, it's an official Minecraft partnered MCC, which I'm still not sure if it's a one-time thing. I assume it is, or if it's like a tryout first time, maybe continue to do it later, or if it's just a one-time or like a continuous thing, a one-time thing. Who knows? We'll see, I guess. But this is a big step for Minecraft events in general. Obviously, MCC is already at the top, and this further solidifies their spot as the #1 Minecraft event because they have been officially endorsed by Minecraft, which is the game that they're using to make the event, But very exciting to have this public now. And attached to the announcement is a website called endercup.live, which looks incredible, by the way. Fantastic, beautiful. I love that there's a theme, which is like the end, clearly, as you can see from the background, and you'll see it from us scrolling through the pages slowly as well. But yeah, on July 27th at 1 p.m. EDT is when the Ender Cup will take place. The way this works is there is a special edition Minecraft Championship event, which is this, I assume, and then afterwards, I assume, is an in-game live event in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and if I remember correctly, it was 2 weeks long. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember entirely, but I think that's what it was. Either way, we're going to scroll through it now. And yeah, MCC X Minecraft presents the Ender Cup. Celebrate the history of Minecraft and watch 10 teams of content creators battle it out across 8 different minigames and the prestigious Ender Cup tournament broadcasts live across Twitch and YouTube. As expected, how it works. As you can see, some nice little visuals here that go along the theme of the end. They just explain here how MCC works because obviously MCC will most likely be introduced to at least a portion of new viewers who are Minecraft fans but not MCC fans yet, potentially. So this is all just explanation on how the event works, just standard MCC. Next up, the contestants, and this is something that is very interesting because I've seen a lot of people make predictions. Let me actually pull that up real quick. I've pulled it up. For you, this took no seconds. For me, this took a minute. Either way, I have to get used to talking Mogul Mill style again. But, a lot of people have been making predictions for MCC Ender Cup teams. I shall leave no comments, but it is interesting because what they've mentioned on the website is that 40 of the biggest Minecraft content creators will be participating. And that is a very blurry line, I think, of who could be considered 40 of the biggest Minecraft content creators. I don't expect it to be Minecraft like OGs and everything, etc, etc, etc. I expect it to just be whoever they can get, obviously. It's not as if just because they're having this one special moment, they're suddenly going to be able to get all 40 of the biggest Minecraft content creators right now or of all time to all be available for one moment. It'll be a roster that is like probably going to feature some really cool faces, some familiar faces, maybe a new face here and there. I don't know if they will do newcomers for this. But I'm excited to see what they have in store for this roster. I expect it to be hype, of course, because this is like a really big moment. I feel like the Noxtru and Minecraft very much would want to put in the effort to get as much attention on this as possible, because if this goes really well, maybe they can continue forward, and that would be very nice, especially for MCC. If they could get official Minecraft endorsements continuously, that would be crazy. Also, before I get into it, I'm very curious to find out what it is even like to organize an event alongside Minecraft. I don't know how much involvement Mojang has on this event, but I'm very curious to see what that is like to communicate with them while making this event, know what their demands are, how to fulfill it, etc., etc., etc. I think that's really interesting, obviously, because I am an event organizer. I think maybe I am just more interested in that type of stuff, but I think it's really cool conceptually that that's even possible. Either way, standard teams are coming back. There's no Green Guardians, there's no Cyan Creepers, as some people were expecting. MCC has a brand that they've formed with these team names. I don't think they will ever change those team names except for the holiday events, but that's irrelevant for this event. Either way, the games, 8 minigames inspired by Minecraft's history. All the minigames in the Undercup are themed in a key Minecraft release era to celebrate the 15 years of Minecraft. Find out more about the history of and each of the game's rules below. So, yeah, the game roster for this MCC is already public. I don't know if they will make an announcement, I guess next week, Wednesday, to recap the games. They might. It is free Twitter engagement. It's already known. Maybe they'll just reveal some of the changes in advance. Who knows? I guess they've already done that as well. But this game roster is very interesting. I do think it is not very typical for MCC. There's only one team game in this roster. Now, the definition of team game is a little up in the air, but Grid Runners is the only non-PvP, non-movement game that's team-based, which usually is a little bit more common with like a bingo, an SOT, even whatever the Railroad Rush, that one as well, Build Mart, like, you know, there's none of those games in this roster, which is very interesting. Either way, Parkour Warrior makes an appearance in the roster as Parkour Warrior Survivor, which is very interesting. I'm curious to see how that will be received with the provided roster that may be appearing. I expect the roster to be a little weaker than like a normal MCC, maybe. Maybe it'll just be similar to Kickoff. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But I would expect it. It makes the most sense, because if they're getting 40 of the biggest creators, typically the bigger creators are the people who are less good at Minecraft. So I guess we'll see. But it'll be interesting to see how Parkour Warrior Survivor will play out in a roster, potentially on the weaker end. Next up is SG. SG makes a lot of sense to be in this roster. I'm going to keep it real. Survival Games is just the Minecraft PvP game. If we're talking Minecraft, it's the best PvP game probably in terms of historical impact on anything in the franchise. In terms of Minecraft events, I guess it probably ranks a little lower, but I think it's super fitting. There's no complaints in that regard. I think it makes sense. Next up is Grid Runners, which I assume is in because it is a Noxtru map. Also, it's nice to have the team games, etc., etc., etc. But this is a Noxtru map. I assume maybe Grid Runners has been around for a long time. I'm not too aware of that, but it seems to be included for a very good reason, and I'm happy with it because it probably will be a nice change of pace in this roster. Next up is Hole in the Wall. I think Hole in the Wall is also something that the Noxtru had made in the past. I'm not too sure, but it is inspired by a game show. Cool to have it in the roster either way. Obviously, after my Twitch Rivals performance, you'll know that I'm a fan of Hole in the Wall, so I like it. To get to your side also being in makes sense. It's a game that's very easily customizable, and also I assume that this event, or not assume, I'm pretty sure, it may be semi-confirmed, that Minecraft or Mojang is like commentating this event. The games that are included are probably meant to be the more engaging ones that are easier to commentate, where it's more obvious to see who is doing good, who's doing bad, and to be able to highlight specific moments, which makes sense for this roster, as there's some overlap between like the Twitch Rivals games. I actually think besides Parkour Warrior, every one of these games has been in a Twitch rivals before for MCC now, so it makes a lot of sense. The Disco side is also easily customizable with 5 or 6 different rounds, new maps, blah blah blah, whatever. They can have really fun references, if any, if they want to. It makes a lot of sense. Sky Battle makes sense. Skywars had such a massive impact on the Minecraft historical online multiplayer timeline, whatever, and it just, yeah, it should be in here. It makes sense. Meltdown is a bit surprising, I guess. I'm pleasantly surprised by the inclusion of Meltdown. I think Meltdown is a very cool game, but yeah, it's in the roster. I don't know if there's a specific historical moment that refers to the inclusion of Meltdown. I guess not every game needs to do that, but Meltdown is very hyped to watch either way, so it'll be fun to see in action. And then Ace Race makes sense. I mean, racing games, at least in Minecraft events, have been very prominent, and it just makes sense to include it here. A new map, though, unless it's a reskin. Very curious to see how that'll play out. Also very curious to see if these maps are exclusive to this specific event, or if they are allowed to be reused in upcoming MCC events. I hope it's allowed to be reused, but maybe it's exclusive. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. And then Dodgeball's back, of course, with a different decoration around the place, which is interesting. And yeah, cool. Dodgeball makes sense. It's the MCC finale game. I mean, you know, it just makes sense. And then yeah, teams. I'm not gonna go over the team predictions in this video because I'd be sitting here for about 5 hours. But you know, I'm curious to see what the teams will look like. We're probably going to find out in approximately 2 days, 3 days, I assume, if we are following the MCC team announcement format they've been sticking to for the past however many events. It'll be a Thursday, Friday announcement the week before the event. Anyways, I'll see you all around, and I hope you're excited for the MCC Ender Cup X Minecraft. I will be watching, as per usual, of course. I am not playing in this. Before anyone is curious, I am not in this event. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.